Hi, Ward 5. I'm here in the parking lot at Eastgate Square because I wanted to talk about the redevelopment plans for this area. I think there's some confusion out there in the community. First, it's really important to recognize that back in 2018, the former ward councillor and city council of the day approved the Centennial Neighborhood Secondary Plan, and that plan provides a blueprint for what can happen on this site as well as other surrounding properties in the Centennial's neighborhood. So for the Eastgate Square site, approval was given to build along Queenston Road and Centennial Parkway up to 20 stories. And so if you look right behind me, this is a site that has a transit hub right now, lots of buses in and out, and it'll ultimately be the eastern terminus of the east-west LRT line for the city. So it's a really important opportunity to build transit-oriented housing along with more commercial retail in the area to support incoming residents. The neighborhood plan also pays attention to the fact that along the western side of the mall property and the north, there's low-density residential housing. So it restricts redevelopment here to a maximum of 3-story stacked townhomes. And this is really important to think about so that there's a more gentle transition from the higher density that can happen closer to Queenston and Centennial and the existing neighborhoods in the area. There's also a proposal from the current owner to increase the heights that are allowed on this site. They're eager to see approval for a 37-story and a 42-story tower on the site. But it's really important for people to understand that they don't have permission to do that yet. So what needs to happen is they'll need to go through a formal planning approval process that must include community consultation. So we all need that opportunity to get more information about what they're intending and the opportunity to provide our input, to raise our issues and concerns, and to really properly assess whether this proposal and that kind of density on this site makes sense. But fair to say right now there are approvals in place, approved by the previous councillor and all of council, to allow up to 20 stories in certain parts of the Eastgate Square site. So with the redevelopment at Eastgate that's already been approved, there's fantastic opportunities to bring more benefits on the site and for the surrounding neighborhood. So think about the possibilities. We could see a new library branch for the community, more green space, which we know is really needed with more people living in this part of the city. The redevelopment itself needs to include affordable housing and family-friendly housing units. And I keep thinking about the fact that in the neighborhoods that surround Eastgate, there are lots of people who are older and they're in single-family homes. These are people who want to age in place, and they may reach a point where they can't manage in a home, but they don't want to be in a nursing home. So providing options in a redevelopment like this that are fully accessible and close to all of the amenities that a senior would need, that just makes a whole lot of sense. And then when I look behind me, we're close to the intersection of Queenston and Centennial. And as more people come into this area with the redevelopment, we want to pay attention to the fact that the streets need to be safer and more pleasant for pedestrians. So there are lots of improvements that could be made to the streetscape, and the developer could certainly play an important role in helping to make that happen. So think about things like street trees, street furniture like benches so that you're walking along and you have a chance to take a break if you need to, and other ways that the streets could be made safer, including in areas like the major intersections along Queenston and Centennial. So I hope all of this helps to clarify where I stand when it comes to the redevelopment of the Eastgate Square property. Again, approvals are in place already to allow up to 20 stories. We still need to be involved in a process to determine whether what the developer wants is what the community wants and needs. So this is an important issue. I'd love to hear what you think about it. You may have great ideas about how we can make this space a better place for the community. Feel free to email me at lukassicward5@gmail.com. You can also check out my platform on my website at lukassicward5.ca. Thanks, everyone.